So apparently today we're gonna be going to like some smaller streets compared to yesterday. We were at this big West Nanjing road. Apparently it's like that was the biggest road. Like it had all the stores. I was getting tired of shopping, but we'll see what's on these smaller roads today. And then we're about to go get breakfast. So I'll show you guys that too. So you come here for breakfast and pick your own stuff. Got a whole selection here. Ricky, what do we have here?
We got bento, we got a buns. I don't even know what's the name for all these things, but they're all pretty good.
We're about to go try this thing called bonzi. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but I'm trying.
一个豆沙的，再来一个萝卜丝的。
We're gonna do a baozi taste test. It's pretty good. It's a little sweet on the outside, and then there's filling in the middle, and the filling can change. Right now I got pork, but my friend got red bean paste and what did you say the other one was?
Radish.
Radish. Currently walking to the metro, and it's raining. It's raining outside like crazy, and there's still a million people out. I swear every place is a tourist attraction here. Even though I thought this road was going to be less touristy, there's still a lot of people here taking photos with this one building. Pretty rare to see one of these nice cars in China. If you take a look at the other cars, majority of them are electric. It's a lot cheaper to have an electric car here. But when you do see a gas, they got a blue license plate. Memorial. I don't think anybody lives here anymore. But you can see the faces on the fence is really cool. So the interesting thing about the street that we were just walking on is that it was built by European architects. And there was a lot of actors that lived in the house that I showed. It wasn't a memorial. It was just where actors used to live. Anyways, here's a replica of the street. We're about to get matcha. This is my first time ever trying it, so I'm not really sure what to expect, but people love it. This is where they make the matcha, in this little building right here. This is my first time trying it right here. It kind of does taste like grass a little bit, but it's also a little sweet. I like it though. I think it's got a little natural taste to it. I wouldn't know how to describe it best, but it's not that bad. So I would have it again. So apparently these trees right here are only in Shanghai and they're French style, but I'm not sure what's so special about them. So if you know, then feel free to tell me in the comments because they kind of look like normal trees. You can see in the background here, this is a Red Note logo, which is basically like the Chinese Instagram, because Instagram's not allowed here. I haven't been able to access any social media in the last 2 days, but it is what it is. We got another Ferrari in China. You see the blue license plate. So this is kind of like an outlet mall, but obviously we're in China. So there's just a bunch of different stores here with traditional architect, and it's outdoors. And it kind of looks majestical with this rain. Okay, here we go. Here's Ricky, enjoying his stay. So now we've entered the Communist Party First National Congress with all the history on the wall. Obviously China was a communist country. Right now it's more of like a socialist, but there's so much history. Obviously, as we know from the history, communism did not work out, but there's still a lot of evidence and history that it happened. It's the Chinese Communist Party national anthem right there. That place had a lot of history to it. Look at this. The architecture here is completely different than anywhere I've seen in the United States. But I mean, obviously it's all the way across the world, so I wouldn't have expected any other architect. We've now rotated over to a place called Shinkendi. It's basically just another tourist spot. It's majority restaurants. I love how much flowers and plants they include in their architecture here. I mean, it's just like a nice touch to see nature all the time. Look at this place right here. Oh my God, it's beautiful. This is just a better look at the architecture. I mean, look at all these flowers right here. And this nice little statue with the pond. And then it just keeps going. It's a little narrow, but it looks beautiful. And then you have a name brand store right here with a bunch of other restaurants. We found the Shake Shack. I haven't seen that many American restaurants in this area. I feel like it's like never ending here. Like it just keeps going. I don't know where I'm at now, but there's a group of tourists. First time seen some people like me so far. Here we have Gentle Monster. It's a Korean luxury glass brand. Maybe I need to buy a new pair of glasses because these were like $5. All the glasses in here are about 2,000 yuan. I'm not paying 300 for these. I don't know about you guys. Let me know down below if you guys have a pair of Gentle Monsters. The only nice pair of glasses I've ever had are Ray-Bans, but these faces are pretty cool. We're gonna go check out some other things now. We've just been walking around the mall this whole time. There's too many malls here that you can't even count. This is a good outdoor one with some good traditional architect though. Compared to where we were yesterday in the first vlog, it was way more modern. Gone to the wholesale market, and this place is so cool because everything's really cheap. Literally, it's just non-stop random stores, and everything's like low price. These hats are probably less than $1 or something. Yeah, they're like $2 or something like that. So this place is crazy. The only thing I ended up buying here was a hat, but there's just infinite amounts of random stuff. This place is basically like a real life TikTok shop. They just got a bunch of random stuff for cheap, but some people try to rip you off because they're trying to hustle you. They think you're foreign and you don't understand anything, but I got some people here who know that it's a scam. Now we're gonna go to the temples next. This is starting to look more temple-like, but we're not quite at the real temples just yet. All my people from the United States, look at this Shake Shack. This is the most Chinese Shake Shack I've ever seen. This is meal number 2 of the day. We got some soup dumplings, a sweeter kind of thing, and this, noodles. We're at our first Chinese garden called Yu. If you guys don't know about Chinese gardens, they're man-made and they're typically like kind of asymmetrical, and there's a lot of meaning behind some of the stuff that are in these gardens. Like the rocks in the water are meant to represent like fountains and something else, I don't remember. And they also have specific entrances like these. Many people like to just come here and just sit. They're meant for humans to be in peace with nature. It's very beautiful. Everything here, I mean, I really like the rocks and the water personally. And a lot of the time there's bridges. And some things that are also typically included in these gardens are like oval doors. I forget what they represent, but you're gonna see them if you come to a Chinese garden. We got people that are also making their own videos here. Very scenic.
That's a real content.
Another thing that is very present in Chinese gardens are these winding pathways. I think they represent the ups and downs in your life, and it's not going to be a straightforward line. Everything here has meaning behind it. Every single detail has some kind of specific meaning. I always thought Chinese gardens are very interesting because of the meaning behind everything. I mean, and they're beautiful, which I really like. Who doesn't like nature? Apparently, this thing behind me is like a stage, I guess, for people to just have some kind of performance. So it turns out this was built during the Ming Dynasty. And if you can see those chairs up there, that was just so people could watch the stage play or whatever was getting played here. I don't want to talk too loud right now because it's kind of quiet in here. But it's very, very cool. Hello there. A stray cat has been spotted. I don't know whose this is, but it's so cute. We are finally done with the gardens. So now we're gonna move on to the temple, and that's the last destination for the day. And then after that, we're just gonna go back to the hotel. So we ended up taking a little shop break in some Chinese brand clothing store. And I found myself some pants. Tried them on, they were nice, so I'm gonna keep them. They're about 259 yuan, which is equivalent to about $50 USD, or $40 I mean. But anyways, I think this is the last stop before the temple. I know I've been dragging it, but we're almost there. Got bad news for everybody watching. The temple's closed, so we can't go in. We're a little late. A little bit of good news. We're going to this cool spot for dinner. It's pretty well known on TikTok, so I guess we're just gonna see if it's good. I'm gonna show you guys the view that we get when we get in there. So we are at the big famous restaurant. I've seen this all over TikTok. Is the food good? I don't know. But look at the scenery. Apparently they have like 30 different of these restaurants throughout China. So we've gotten some permission to go outside and at the very top of the restaurant. Look at this. We go all the way up. We're at the very top here. Ooh. This is the full dinner table that we have. Look at everything. Oh my God. I'm currently walking back by myself in the metro station because my friend, he went to go buy some sandals. So we're almost back to the hotel, and I'm gonna give you guys an update about the day and just what I thought overall. I don't know if I showed you guys before, but this is kind of what it looks like walking back in the metro station. It's very developed, honestly. And there's also stores everywhere on the side, and it's always busy. So I've showered up, and now I'm just sitting in bed. I'm so tired, unbelievably tired. Shanghai was very tourist friendly, and it was really interesting to see because there's a lot of history in this city, more than you would ever think. One thing you have to look out for is that I was getting hustled by all the Chinese people who work at those local small stores. They're gonna hustle you, so you gotta be prepared for that if you're traveling here. I'm looking forward to day number 3. I'll see you guys on day number 3.